Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of my deck profile series, and today I'll be sharing about this Numeron deck. So before I continue, if you are enjoying the content so far, do remember to like, subscribe and comment down in the section below on what other deck types you would like to see me talk about. And if it's something that I don't usually play, I'll try to find someone that plays the deck or is familiar with the deck to share about that deck profile. So without further ado, let's take a look. So I've been using this Numeron deck for quite some time, and I usually play this if I'm too lazy to think of what to do, or lazy to combo or anything, or just want a very quick match. Yeah, because it's a very straightforward deck that goes through 8,000 regardless of what your opponent has. So you remove everything on your opponent's field and back row and then just go right through it. Yeah. So how this deck works is it only has like one winning condition, which is to use your Numeron network to activate its effect, to send your Numeron calling and special summon 4 Numeron gates from your extra deck to the field, which is these 4 cards. All of them has the exactly same effect, which is it cannot be destroyed by battle, and at the end of damage step, if this card battles an opponent monster, you detach one double attack of all the Numeron monster currently you control. So imagine if you have 4 on the field, you destroy the first one attacks, the rest becomes 2000, since it's 1000 becomes 2000. Then the second one attacks, and then the rest becomes 4000 because 2000 times 2. And then the next one attack 4000, which the last one will become 8000. So your 8000 will go through. Yeah. So in order for this effect to go through, it has to battle a monster. So if let's say your opponent field is empty, then it won't happen. Yeah, you won't be able to double the attack. So what I usually do is I'll always throw a kaiju there to remove any negation monster there, and then just leave them a kaiju, because in order for this 8000 and doubling of attack to work, you need your opponent needs to have a monster that is if it's in attack position, its attack needs to be 1100 to 4000 attack for this combo to go through. That's it's quite specific, but most of the monsters should be around that attack. Then if it's in defense position, it needs to be more than 1000. It needs to be more than 1000 defense, sorry, and less than 3900 defense, which is still around that range lah. Yeah, so you most probably will be able to get it. So in order to fully utilize this, you just throw a kaiju over, and then it will be you will be definitely within the range. Yeah. So in my deck, I play of course 3 network and 3 calling. So your deck is mainly just to bring out this field card. So to utilize this, I add in terraforming, which search for a field card, and then your planet pathfinder, which finds another field card. So basically your main job is just to get out the field card. And then there's also Numeron War, which actually sets a Numeron network directly from your deck. Yeah, and this card cannot be Ash Blossom. So as for the rest, it's just hand traps and stopping yourself from being destroyed. I play Scarecrow just to delay the turn for 1 more, so that I can try to draw my Numeron network if I can't. Then there's your standard Maxi, Ash Blossom, and this deck I play Ciphering Gear, Gamma, because you won't have any monster on your field, so you'll be able to activate this Gamma. Then there's of course Lightning Storm and Harpy. If I can, I'll play more Lightning Storm, but I only have 1. And then I replace one with Harpy lah. Yeah. And then because of back row stuff, I add in Twin Twister. So actually realize there's just a bunch of removal, and then you just need to find your Numeron network out here. Extra deck wise, since after you activate Numeron network, which throws Numeron calling, you can only special summon 1 more time that turn. So I can't really go into Zeus because it only has 1 material, which is useless. But then you can choose to go into Numeron Chaos Gate, yeah, which actually banish all other monster on the field. And during your turn next, you special summon this card back, and then you burn your opponent depending on the combined attack of all the banished exit monster. Yeah, this includes your opponent's ones as well. Yeah. So if you this card can actually burn opponent for quite a bit if you are if you already have a lot of banish Numeron cards in the banish zone, because once you use your Numeron calling, it will just get banished at the end phase. So if you don't touch it, it will just go to the banish zone. Yeah. Usually you won't use this because the main condition is still just to hit attack for 8k. Yeah. So basically that's how the deck is. It's really for lazy people who don't really like to think, which I usually use this to go through my gold tier gold tier ranking duels lah, because I really don't want to think. So let's take a look at one sample of how this deck works. Yeah, it's a very straightforward deck. So main thing is just remove everything and then attack. Yeah. So let's take a look. Okay, so not a really good hand because I don't have any Numeron cards. And he's playing a DD deck. I'm trying to get Maxi out so that I can draw out my Numeron wall, my field card. Yeah, so he do a Swine which will fusion summon. So I was hoping Maxi will resolve, or if not, if he Ash Blossom or Gamma, but in the end he called by the grave, so there's nothing else I can do. So regardless of the monster, I can actually remove one easily because I have a Kaiju here. So I'm not that afraid of his monster, but I'll still want to try and stop some of them. Like this guy can actually revive back a lot of monsters, so I want to destroy this. This card isn't that useful because it's just a 2800 monster. So I Gamma that away, so he will have lesser monster because Kaiju can only remove one. Numeron deck can actually deal with more monster as long as they are all within a certain range. So the first one maybe is 1000, second one is 2000, third one is below 4000. Yeah, then you can still able to pull off your 8000 attack move. Yeah. So luckily, the next draw, I draw out my field card. So this guy itself can act as a battle fader and can also set your field card, which is damn good. Yeah. So once you set, the condition is already met, so I'm able to summon out 4, and he has an attack position monster that is more than 1100 attack and less than 4000. So as you can see, every time I attack, it doubles my attack, and then I don't really care if I take damage because I will just double. So the moment the last one attacks and I get 8000 attack for the last one, then it's just going for the kill. So see, it's such a simple deck. So if I know let's take a look at the rarity of the deck. I think it's still quite okay. Let's see. The only UR card you need is Numeron Network. The rest are just like normal, and you actually don't really need these two if you don't really have. But the 3 UR are just the Numeron Network, and then I will say Terraforming. The rest are really stuff that you should already have in your deck, such as Maxi and Ash Blossom. Yeah, and Kaiju isn't that. You can get the rare Kaiju instead of the SR Kaiju as well. The Kaiju really doesn't really matter. But to me, the more important one is the Wind one, because there's a Lyri Lucid Tri-Brigade that use the Barrier Statue. Yeah, so that's why I put 3 of these instead. Yeah, so overall pretty simple, and nothing much opponent can do if you just Kaiju away their monster. And I also throw in Lava Golem, which takes away 2 monsters instead. Yeah, you can't play the Winged Dragon or Ra Sphere mode because you can't attack the sphere, so it won't be useful in this deck. Yeah, so overall this is how the deck works. So the main thing that to destroy this deck is, once it activates its Numeron Network to send the Numeron calling to the graveyard, you straight away destroy this card. Yeah, because it's a field card, and once it activates its effect, if you destroy it, it won't be able to resolve its effect. Yeah, and secondly, without the field card itself, your exit monster cannot activate its effect. Because if you realize this card need to actually detach material to activate the double attack effect, but it's because of the field card that allows them to activate the effect without detaching it. Yeah, so that's how this deck works. So mainly just throw away the field card, MST, Twin Twister, or if you if you can destroy it when it activates its effect. If not, the next turn you can destroy it as well if you have a next turn. Yeah. So roughly that's it for the Numeron deck, and I think it's a good deck if you are too lazy to play. Yeah, and it really makes everything a lot more simpler and a lot more streamlined. Just that it only has one condition, which means that the failing rate is still quite high as well. Yeah. So yeah, that's all for this deck, and if there's some other deck that you would like to see, do comment down in the section below. I will try my best to find someone to talk about it if I'm not sure about how the deck works. And as usual, if you are enjoying the content, do remember to like, subscribe and comment down in the section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.